Hi guys, Adrian here from Luxury Time Watches. Today I want to show you something that's actually really scary. It's something that happened to us yesterday. A real Panerai versus a fake Panerai. So when the watch came in, purely off the bat, when we look at it, I would assume it's authentic. It's only when I start looking into the watches more deeply that I can actually start to see little tells that come up that shows the watch is not authentic. So a lot of you ask me on Instagram, how do I tell if a watch is authentic or not? It's not something I can really explain to you guys. You'll see a little bit now in the video. I'll show you of small stuff I've picked up on over the years that I've learned. But it's not something, if you do not deal in watches and you've not handled these kind of watches on a daily basis for many years, you're definitely not going to be able to spot the difference and you are going to get burnt. So my advice is, if you buy a high-end luxury watch, buy it from a reputable dealer, someone that you can actually go to. If something is wrong with the watch, if it is a fake, you can go back to them and tell them you've bought a fake watch, you want your money back, or a replacement, or a new authentic watch. They should be able to back up what they are selling. These replicas that are out now on the market, I mean, some of them are of such high quality. Even me that have been dealing in watches for over 17 years now, I am starting to battle to pick up the tells on them. So that's why I always try and keep up with the times. I look at a lot at replica websites, I study their movements. We often open watches when they come in. If we just have a little bit of doubt in them, we look at the movements and we scrutinize them very carefully and in detail to see if it is authentic or not. The watch that came in, it's a Panerai PAM 292, I think, is the reference number. The movement in these watches is a Unita 6497 movement in the authentic Panerai. The replica one also has a 6497, but it is a Chinese movement that has been replicated to look like the Swiss movement. It is pretty much identical just off the bat, but let's go into detail and I can show you the differences. So the first one I'm going to show you is see, even I battle to distinguish it just by looking at from the top and off the bat. I'm going to put the replica movement under the microscope for you. Okay, let's just compare the logo and the writing of the Panerai on the movement. So you'll see it's a slightly lightish blue color. Compare it with the authentic one. You'll see there it's a more dark blue color, and it also doesn't look like if the paint is filled. It's really small differences that I've picked up over the years, but if you don't know what to look for, you'll definitely not see it. Another thing is you can see the finishing of the movement. Look, here's the manual wind. If you can just look how clear. Let me show you here. You can see there, just look how clear that screw is and how it shines. I mean, it's pretty much perfect. There's no blemishes. So if we put the replica under here, you can immediately see how it reflects. You can see the screw there. There's not very good finishing to it, but I mean, this is like going into microscope details. It's not something you'll really pick up, even if you've dealt in watches for many years, by just purely looking at it off the bat. All the screws, all the gears, everything is on exactly the same place where they should be. Another tell of these is the way the swan neck is on it. This is the replica. So you can see there, it's not as sharp in, but you'll compare it now with the authentic one and you'll probably see what I mean. Here's the authentic. You can immediately see it's the authentic one. It's finished much better, the movement, when you have a look at it under the microscope than compared to the replica. But there you can see that it's got a much more sharper edge into it than the replica has. Also, the color of the jewels on the fakes and the replicas is slightly different. I don't think you'll be able to see it good under this light. And here's the fake. The fake is much lighter compared to the authentic ones. You won't be able, I think, to see it under the microscope, but there's a pretty big difference when you just have a look at it like that. So guys, when looking at these kind of watches, I'm not going to go into too much detail. How did I spot it or how to spot it? You can see from the video the quality of the movements. Is just that always buy high-end luxury watches from trusted guys, someone that you can go back to and they will actually give you your money back or find you an authentic product if they've sold you a fake. There's a lot of newer watch dealers that are in the market that I personally don't think would pick up on this. I mean, I wouldn't have picked up on these kind of watches probably when I started in the watch industry if they've moved this far in replicas. So if something goes wrong, you can actually go back, get your money back and move on to the next watch. So I just want to show you also, one is the Caseback. I mean, these replicas are so good at the moment. You can actually interchange the fake watch parts with the authentic watch parts and everything fits. That is actually how close they're getting. So here's just an example of the Caseback. Here's the authentic one. Okay, so here's the authentic Caseback. You can just see how the Swiss made is on the watch. You can see it's very clear and it's actually centered right in that little circle there. And the finishing is perfect. Now here's a look at the fake one. It's also still not bad. A little bit fainter. It's not really in that circle there. But it's scary how close it is. And to think that this Caseback is interchangeable with the authentic watch is crazy. So be careful, guys. Be careful what you buy. This short video was just to show you what is happening in the watch market, and the fakes that are out on the market. Is all I can just say is be very, very careful what you buy. Buy the seller first and then buy the watch. And guys, we've started our new project. It's these resin watch part that our watchmaker D is making. We're making these art pieces in-house. We can do different shapes, and this is soon going to be for sale. This one is going to be on the website. We're going to sell it at 25,000 Rand. This particular piece took D, I think, nearly or longer than a month to make. Every single day you had to pour layers of the resin, and then we added, it's all authentic watch spare parts gathered from watches that we are putting into this piece. So it was not cheap to make. It's beautiful, and yeah, these are soon going to be for sale on the website. Thanks for watching, guys. Till next time, be careful, and remember, if you are in doubt of any watches, give us a shout. We are more than happy to help you authenticate your watch so you don't get burned. Cheers.